Hey, how's it going, everyone? Marcus here with MGN Sports, and in this video we're going to be previewing tonight's upcoming matchup between the Edmonton Oilers and Los Angeles Kings. Huge heavyweight bout between two juggernauts in the Western Conference here, you guys. LA Kings have been playing great hockey as of late. Oilers have been struggling a little bit, floating around that 500 hockey over their last 10 games here. So this is a huge matchup coming up. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit of a preview look into the first round, most likely what will be the first round matchup in the Western Pacific Division here between the Kings and the Oilers. We're just going to figure out who's going to basically get that home ice advantage coming up over the next 10 to 12 games here. Oilers are still sitting ahead of them by a few points in that division. But like I said, they are starting to creep up on the Oilers a little bit here. So definitely want to, batten down the hatches here the rest of the way and finish on a nice little stretch of hockey here and hold on to that second seed in the Pacific Division would be nice to see for the boys. Definitely want to take advantage of that home ice if we can in that first round there. Obviously being the third year in a row, if we end up playing the Kings in that first round, it's going to be crucial for us to get that home ice advantage. And it's just going to be a tale of the tape that we're so used to seeing the last couple of seasons, you guys. And I think the Kings are definitely going to want to give us a run for our money this year. I think this could be the toughest first round that we've dealt with, in the last couple of years here. Obviously, beating the Kings the last 2 years, it's not going to be easy to try and take them down 3 times in a row. So the boys got to have all hands on deck and be ready to roll for that playoff series, that's for sure. Starts here tonight. Get a little preview, like I said, with the Kings and the Oilers, seeing how they kind of match up against each other. The Kings are playing great hockey as of late. Oilers have been struggling a little bit, even though they are coming off that big overtime victory versus Winnipeg the other day. But we'll go ahead and look at the matchup stats in this one, you guys. Oilers come into this game with a 43-23-4 record on their season so far. 23-8-3 home record. So really good hockey on their home ice, hence why it would be so important for us to be able to clinch home ice advantage in that first round there. Also, we're a 13-7 divisional record so far this season. Won our last game there by a final score of 4-3 in overtime versus the Jets, where they were able to crawl back into the game in that third period and tie it up versus the Oilers, but we were able to hang on in the OT period there, pot home that OT winner to seal the deal in that one. Like I said, the Oilers have been struggling as of late, haven't been playing as good of hockey over their last 10 games. We only got a 5-win, 3-loss, and 2 OT loss record over the last 10 games. So basically just flirting around that 500 hockey. So definitely want to see some improvements there for the boys. Over on the Kings side of things here, they're coming into this matchup with a 38-22-11 record on their season. 21-11-4 away record, so a very good road team as well. Something that the Oilers are going to have to watch out for, especially if we're going to have to play these guys in the first round there. They also got a 10-win, 4-loss, 4 OT loss divisional record on their season so far as well coming into this matchup. Like I said, they have been on a bit of a hot stretch here, winners of their last 4 games. Most notably, a couple days ago, they beat Vancouver by a final score of 3-2, and they are 7 wins and 3 losses over their last 10, like I said. So Kings have been playing good hockey as of late. Going to be a great matchup here tonight for the Oilers to kind of test their mettle against one of the best in the Western Conference here as of late. So it should be a good matchup tonight, you guys. We'll go ahead and look at the goaltenders in this one as well. As of right now, both goalies are expected in this game. No one has been confirmed yet. Over on the Oilers side of things, we got Skinner's the expected starter in net tonight. He's coming into this matchup with a 32-win, 14-loss, and 4 OT loss record on his season. He's got a nice 2.66 goals against average with a .905 save percentage, as well as 2 shutouts to go with that on his season so far. He's been playing pretty good hockey as of late. Was struggling a little bit there coming out of the All-Star break, but has stabilized the ship quite nicely over the last few weeks here. He's sitting with a 7-win, 1 loss, and 2 OT losses over his last 10 starts. So real good hockey from Stuart Skinner on the back end as of late. So hopefully he can keep that ball rolling in the right direction for us in a big time matchup versus the Kings tonight. Over on the Kings side of things here, the goaltender, they got Talbot as the expected starter in net. He's had a really good season for the Kings as well this year. He's coming into this matchup with a 23-16-6 record on his season. A nice 2.43 goals against average with a .917 save percentage, as well as 3 shutouts to go with that on his season. He's been quite formidable over his last 10 games as well, right there with Stuart Skinner. He's got 7 wins, 2 losses, and 1 OT loss. So both goalies have been playing real good hockey as of late. So it should be a real good goaltender battle in this one. I'm expecting a bit lower scoring, kind of tight-knit, close game in this one. Kind of have that playoff vibes, playoff atmosphere to it. So yeah, you guys, I expect some fireworks in this one. I think it's going to be just one of those hardcore defensive battles where teams are going to kind of sit back and just play real good defense and wait for the other team to make a mistake for one of the guys to capitalize on here. So like I said, I don't think it's going to be a high scoring game. I think it's going to be a big time goaltender battle in this one. We'll go ahead and look at the standings as well right now, you guys, in the Pacific Division, as well as the wild card standings here in the Western Conference. Vancouver's still holding on to that first place in the Pacific Division right now with 98 points and 72 games played. Edmonton 8 points back of Vancouver with the 90 points and 70 games played on their season. And the Kings are 3 points back of us. They have 87 points on their season and have played one more game than the Oilers. They've played 71 so far. So the Oilers do have a little bit of a buffer on the Kings here, but not much. Obviously, only those 3 points. So this one is crucial. Obviously, they'll only be 1 point back of us tonight if we were to end up losing this one. So this is a big time matchup for the Oilers to kind of solidify that second spot in the Pacific Division here. Try and gain a little bit of a lead on the Kings here before the end of the season. Would be nice to see. Like I said, I think it's going to be crucial to lock down that second spot and be able to gain home ice advantage here in that first round. So hopefully the boys can get that done. And then over on the wildcard standings here in the Western Conference right now, you got Nashville in the first wildcard spot. They got 90 points and 72 games played so far on their season. Vegas sitting behind them by 4 points. They got 86 points and 72 games played as well on their season so far. So they've kind of fallen apart a little bit as of late. Not playing quite as good of hockey as they were a couple months ago. Obviously dealing with a lot of those injuries as well, so it'll be interesting to see how they fare the rest of the season here. They're still locked in pretty nicely to that second wildcard spot. The closest team that we got threatening those wildcard teams right now is St. Louis on the outside looking in. They got 80 points right now and 72 games played, so they're 6 points back of Vegas. You got Minnesota, who's got 77 points and 71 games played. Then you got Calgary with 71 points, basically damn near eliminated at this point, being so far back. They're 15 points back of Vegas right now. So not very realistic to think that they're going to be able to turn the Jets on late here in the season and, go on a big win streak to claw back into the wild card spot. So I would say the wild card's pretty much locked in right now with Nashville and Vegas. Maybe St. Louis can sneak in there as they're only 6 points back right now. But it seems to be pretty much locked up in the West right now, you guys. Should be interesting finish to the season here to see if Vegas or Nashville finishes with that 1 seed in the wild card. And like I said, hopefully Edmonton can hang on to that second spot in the Pacific Division, but should be a good finish to the end of the year. Nonetheless, you guys, we'll go ahead and look at the injury report in this game versus the Kings as well here. Oilers are coming into this one healthy, no injuries to report of on that front for them, which is nice to see. But over on the Los Angeles Kings side of things, we got 2 guys out. We got right winger Gunstrom, who's on IR with a lower body, and one of their backup goalies, Copley's on IR with a knee injury as well. So not too many major injuries for the Kings. Both teams are coming into this one pretty healthy and ready to roll for a big time matchup tonight, you guys. Now we'll go through some of the keys to victory for this Oilers club as well. Before we round out this video here, first key to victory that I have for the boys here is just Connor Brown staying hot. He's got 4 points in his last 6 games. Oilers are also 3 wins, 0 losses anytime Brown has scored over his last 6 there, so hopefully he can keep that ball rolling in the right direction, figure out a way to pot home another goal here tonight, and if he can do that, I think that's going to go a long ways for the Oilers being able to win here. Obviously helps getting that bottom end scoring depth from your bottom 6 there, so it's really nice to see him pot home a couple goals lately and just getting hot at the right time. Obviously, he's had a pretty abysmal year for the Oilers here, Connor Brown has, so if he can start stepping up here over the last week or 2 of the season going into the playoffs would be huge to see. He could be a big-time difference maker for us in those playoff series if he ends up getting his game together here in the next couple of weeks, so let's hope that's the case for the Oilers here. Then the second key to victory that I have for this game, I got Skinner shutting the door early in this one, you guys. I think that's going to be a massive key for the Oilers' success in this one, is just not allowing the Kings to get out to that early lead and having us to play come from behind hockey in this one. I think if we can just shut down the Kings scoring chances early in that first period, hold them off the score sheet, and allow us to kind of get our footing and kind of get the ball rolling in the right direction for us, hopefully build an early lead there in that first period and kind of never look back in this one. But I think if Skinner can shut the door early and just allow us to kind of get a rhythm out on the ice, that's going to go a long ways for the Oilers being able to take home the victory in this one. And then the final key to victory that I have for this Oilers club, you guys, is just bring that playoff do or die energy for a full 60 minutes here. Obviously, like I said, this is pretty much a preview of the first round matchup that's going to be coming up here between the Oilers and the Los Angeles Kings. I would expect that's what's going to happen. happen. Maybe Vegas overtakes them, but as of right now, it's pretty solidified that the Kings and the Oilers are going to be that second and third spot in the Pacific Division here. So this would be the third year in a row playing these guys in the playoffs. So like I said, this is a great game to just kind of test your mettle against one of the better teams in the Western Conference. Definitely one of the better teams in the Pacific Division here, and just see how we can perform against one of the better teams when we play a good full 60-minute hockey game here, you guys. So I think it's going to be a good one tonight. I think it's going to be a low-scoring defensive battle in this one with two good goaltenders in the back end. Both teams are going to be playing it safe, I believe, and just waiting for the other team to make a mistake to capitalize on. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Oilers with a slim margin of victory in this one by a final score of 2-1. Like I said, I do think it's going to be that lower-scoring game. I think Skinner stands on his head in this game, as well as Talbot. I think he has a great game on the Kings side of things as well. It's going to be tough to find the back of the net for both clubs in this one, but I think the Oilers are going to be able just to edge them out with that early start in the first period, being able to pot home a goal early there and kind of jump out to an early lead. But that's my prediction, you guys. 2-1 for the Oilers. Would love your guys' prediction in the comments section down below. What do you think the final score will be in this game? And what position in the Pacific Division you think the Oilers are going to finish? You think we'll hold on to that second spot? Personally, I think that's where we're going to be stuck here, you guys. But I don't mind being in that second spot. Like I said, I think it'd be very tough to catch Vancouver as we're 8 points back right now. Obviously, still have those 2 games in hand, but still got a little bit of hockey left to go here. Oilers got 12 games left on their season. Should be a good finish. And yeah, just getting primed up and ready for playoff hockey, you guys. So that pretty well wraps her up for this video. I appreciate you guys watching, man. And this is Marcus with MGN Sports signing off. Peace.